should have shot something by now.
Thank you.
This April,
Destroy them all.
when a galactic force threatens the world,
I'm going in.
test your gear.
That was awesome!
Find your courage
Meet the sheepinator.
Uh-oh.
and kick
Boom, baby!
some asteroid.
Cue montage!
Ratchet and Clank.
Well, that kicked Asteroid. Welcome to another episode of Red Reviews. Caleb joining me once again.
Hey.
And this time we are checking out, if you couldn't tell by the intro, Ratchet and Clank, the beloved game franchise from, I don't want to date myself here. What are you talking about? Early 2000s?
Yeah.
The PlayStation
Definitely.
2. Yes, before the PS4 kids, there was actually a PS2 once upon a time, and there was a little game series called Ratchet and Clank about I think it's a Lombax? Wombax? I think it's a
Yeah.
Lombax with an L. And then a little defective robot, and they went around, collected little gears or little bolts and stuff. Basically
Yeah.
like Sonic collect rings. And
Yeah.
he was a brain. He kind of grew out of Spyro's kind of age, because I think
Yeah.
it's the same company that went off after they did Spyro. They did Ratchet and Clank, so it has that same type of
Yeah.
collective kind of gameplay. Collect a bunch of this, fight a boss. Collect a bunch of this, fight a boss.
Mm-hmm.
But they kept making games that one after the other. I played all the original series, so it was Ratchet and Clank, and then it was Going Commando, and then Up Your Arsenal, and then
Mhm.
Ratchet Deadlocked. And if you could tell by the title alone, they've always kind of been really tongue-in-cheek with their humor.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie, it has that too, where it's adult stuff and kid stuff. So
Yeah.
I'll switch over to you. What do you think of Ratchet and Clank?
Well, someone's doing it right. I mean, we got a game that was really good and great gameplay, all that, and then we put it into a movie. Most of the time people just fail. Not most. Yeah, all the time. And now someone does it right because they didn't take the reins off of the person who actually made it, and they said, hey, we're going to make a game, and they used the production value and everything, and they just hit it on. And I'm glad that they actually kept it PlayStation. It's not like, oh, we gave it to a different company, someone we don't know, and they don't know anything about it, and then they want to make a different story. No, they kept to the core story, and they delivered. And it was great. If you like the game, and you like younger stuff, but there's some stuff for some adult stuff in there too. So it didn't feel like, oh, it's a little kid game. No, this is an adult game, and there's like somewhat humor in there, just like you were talking about earlier. I mean, there's that humor that kids are not going to know about. So yeah, it was great. I liked it. How about you?
I really enjoyed it. The nostalgic in me from it is the first game. So if you played the first game, then you already know basically the plot points that you're going to
Yeah.
follow. So they didn't come up with a whole new story, and you didn't have to. And it's really hard to condense down, what we were saying, a 5-6 hour game into an hour and a half cohesive story.
Mm-hmm.
And they did a really good job of introducing us all to the world, who the characters are. And there's a bunch of Easter eggs for people who have played not only Ratchet and Clank, but like you noticed different characters in there
Yeah.
from all the different games. So for the gamers that have been gaming as long as we have, it's a lot of little fun Easter eggs. So it's nice to see a video game movie that was definitely made by someone who paid attention and loved the original
Mhm.
property, because even the guys that are doing the voices of Ratchet and Clank is the ones that does it in the game.
Yeah.
They didn't have to go out and like, oh, we're making a movie. Let's go get some big name stars now. I was like, no, I was like, that's what Ratchet sounds like. That's what Clank sounds like. Those guys need to do the voices.
Exactly.
And the CG was some of the best I've seen in a long time. So
Yeah.
watch out, Pixar and
Oh, yeah.
and all that animation. Look out, PlayStation's coming up on you fast. I didn't know PlayStation had its own filmmaking division.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the first one. I don't want to say this is like the Iron Man, maybe, of the video game movies. Because I remember before we had Iron Man, we had some crap when it came to comic
yeah.
movies. And it's the same thing in
Yeah.
video games. I mean, we all kind of tolerated Tomb Raider at the time, and we all tolerated Resident Evil, and
Mhm.
maybe Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, but the point just like let's get it right once in a while. Let's
Yeah.
get it right. So if this one is
Exactly.
if this is the one that pushes it in the right direction, and maybe we can move into live action. And we got Assassin's Creed later this year, so we'll see how that does with Warcraft as well. So hopefully now we're entering into not only can comic books be taken seriously, but now video games can be taken seriously too.
Exactly. I mean, we should have started that a long time ago, but there's someone out there that's like, oh, that's good, but it's bad. I mean, gaming community doesn't say anything until after the fact that it's been out for a while. And that's what makes me mad that we're seeing this happen more and more with our games and our movies that have to do with games are being destroyed because they're going past the finish line and they think, oh, we did it, and then all of a sudden, no, they didn't. They went backwards instead of forward. So I'm just glad this one hit it on the nose, and you're gonna like this one.
It was good. It was a good one.
Yeah.
I remember when it was first over. As soon as it ended, I was like, that was way better than it had any right being. About I don't know. I was just expecting. I was like, because we walked in and I was like, Ratchet and Clank is a really weird property of like all the video games. I mean, we've tried Super Mario movies in the past.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, really? I was like, how did they land on Ratchet and Clank? But then after it was over, and I was like, ingenious. Star Wars is in. Guardians of the Galaxy is huge. People love that. And I was like, that's what this is. It's he's like the little raccoon character from Guardians of the Galaxy in a space adventure. And I was like, that's in, and it's all done in this guise of a CG movie. It doesn't have to be live action. See, we don't have to translate everything over to live action.
Yeah, definitely.
And it keeps, I think, the budget down and everything. But but adults don't have a problem watching cartoons, and then kids don't have a problem watching cartoons. Yeah. So I don't see why this movie can't. It's literally you can take your kids to it. Yeah. There's a lot of cartoons, animated movies where it's a chore to take your kids to, I imagine.
And they also did have professional actors doing voices, but for different characters that they made up, for certain other characters. I was like, Sylvester Stallone. What?
Yeah.
Really?
I got it as soon as he came on screen. Like, that sounds an awful lot like Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's funny.
It's funny because he's playing, like, if this was live action, he could still play that character.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like, yeah, definitely.
So, give it a final rating or wrap it up. I had 0 complaints, which is weird coming out of a video. Because I was like, how are they going to work in all these guns? Because Ratchet is known for having all these ridiculous guns. Yeah. It was like, he had his boots, he had his slingshot, he had all the guns. They come up with a fun way, because of course, in a game you have inventory and you have infinite amount of pocket space. Well, this one, they have some gloves that all he has to do is think of the gun and then it materializes. And I was like, well, that's a clever way of just basically, he stores it in his inventory. And I was like, and everything seemed to pay off. The wrench, he had that. Cork was just as stupid as he is in the games. They didn't lighten up on that. Everybody was exactly what they needed to be and exactly what they were, 15 years ago. Well, yeah. We haven't missed a step, and I was like, and we didn't have to reinvent the wheel that everyone thinks that we need to do. Is like, make it darker, make it grimmer. That's the way it needs to be. I was like, no, let's just have fun with it. And I think that's what it was. It was a fun, good time, and it was completely faithful to the source material, and it translated extremely well, and I got to give it an A.
Yeah, definitely an A for me, because I just had fun with it. I mean, from getting in, it was just great. So, yeah, A.
All right, not A. We'll go A+, but we'll go A.
Yeah,
we'll go a solid A, and hopefully this leads to a lot more video game movies and a lot more properties that you wouldn't at least think of at first, and you question and be like, well, let's give it a chance. So I have to say, everyone go see this. Parents, take your kids to see it. Kids, go watch it. You're gonna love it. It's got everything. It's a space adventure. It's got jokes. It's got action. It's got this, that, and the other. And hopefully, if anything, it makes us older people and maybe some young ones too want to ask Dad, or if you're like us, bring the PS2 out of the closet and dust it off and see if you still got what it takes to do the old fixed camera type of angles and get all frustrated all over once again.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I definitely want to play Ratchet and Clank now.
Yeah, definitely. After seeing that, yeah, why not?
We'll catch you next time right here on Red Reviews. I do believe the next one up is Captain America Civil War.
Oh, yeah.
So the wait is finally over. Yeah. So we'll see you next week for that one right here on Red Reviews.